Hi, this is retired Command Sergeant Major Ed Centeno with another educational video. Your VA claims in year 2025 with this proven strategy. Join me while I discuss helpful strategies to win your VA claim in year 2025. Did you know that 70% of all initial applications for VA benefits are denied? Applications are often denied due to incomplete information or lack of necessary documentation. Other reasons include not enough evidence, no nexus to the service, or your disability was a pre-existing condition and the VA concluded that the condition was not aggravated by the service. Before we go to the strategies, let's clear some confusion and the following. Should you file all claims at once or make a strategy for the ones you are sure and have enough evidence? Or will you stagger your claims based on how many conditions you can identify in your record? Before I go into detail from comments from a former VA examiner himself,
listen to me, like I do this all the time.
Specifying on what not to do, I will advise you the following. It depends on how many conditions you can prove with evidence, and it's beneficial to submit at least no more than 5 conditions at a time. That's my best advice, and here is the reason why. And I quote from a former claims examiner: do not file additional claims until you get a rating decision from the first claims. If you file an additional claim while you have one in processing, those new claims get added to the original and your claim processing starts all over. Another thing not to do, don't let the VSO or whoever is helping you go through your service medical record and file a claim for everything you went to sick call for. In other words, everything they can find in your record. You have to be careful with this. If you do that, every single one of those will have to go through the rating process, and a decision letter will have to be issued for each one. Not always, but we send out all the decisions from a single claims packet at the same time. That usually means you're waiting 8 or 9 months to get your good claims decided while we waste time with bad claims. No one has 30 valid claims, and even if you did, MAT is not going to allow you to get paid for more than 4 or 5. This is coming from a VA examiner that actually knows what he's talking about. So I'll behoove you, before you send your VA claims, to analyze not to send more than 4 or 5 and ensure that you have enough evidence. Now, let's follow the strategy to win your VA claims in year 2025. Tip number 1, review your medical records for any condition, accident, incident, or exposure that aggravated your medical condition. For example, are you claiming tinnitus and you have document of exposure to a noisy environment like the flight line, artillery, infantry, or any documentation can identify your exposure to loud noises? That will help. Tip number 2, ensure to name every condition. This will help you to streamline all the conditions and ensure you have evidence for the conditions in the service. Also remember that some evidence can be linked to different conditions. For example, an accident of a paratrooper or a shoulder and jump status during a jump could relate to back and knee injuries. If you had an accident while jumping and you were taken to the hospital or treated by a combat medic, there should be evidence on your records. This is just an example. Tip number 3, obtain a nexus letter or disability benefits questionnaire, also known as DBQ. This can provide crucial medical evidence that establishes a connection between your medical condition and your military service. Now, when you go to the doctor for any condition to get a nexus letter, be honest, specify the issues you are having, and just have a common conversation with the doctor. Express your issues, your concerns. For example, if you have any mental conditions, explain the situation. If you have trauma due to an accident in the military, or even you went to combat that is affecting your mental health, have a common conversation with the mental health doctor. Many service members struggle to understand the principle of getting a condition diagnosed through a nexus letter or with the help of extra medical evidence with a DBQ. And sometimes they think that they need to have knowledge of technical medical words. For example, you're exposed to an explosion and you react to fireworks, explosions, or even in movies, then explain exactly the symptoms. Remember, you're trying to get a diagnosis and get an updated medical evaluation in your condition. Some doctors are hesitant to sign nexus letters, others have experience on and are willing to help. If you can learn something from this video, is not to give up and keep fighting the VA system. I am here to help. Do not give up. Remember that a good strategy starts with gaining knowledge, and the only way you're gonna gain knowledge is educating yourself. Please share this video with other service members. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel at Etching Space Consultation, and please reach out if you need help to my website at etchingconsultation.com. Again, thank you. This is Retired Command Sergeant Major Ed Centeno. Bye bye.